We're back down at the cabin property, the family property, where we brought the tractor down a couple weeks ago, left it here with the grapple and the bucket and the bush hog. So part of what we're going to be doing today is trying to reclaim a little bit of the land that's been taken over, back over by time. So all down around these edges, this used to be a really big backyard, way back to those big trees back there. And that's all been closed back in. This used to go further down, all the way around. And we're not going to get to it today, but we did get approval from my aunts and uncles to go down along the driveway and cut all that back about 10 feet. Pretty much anything I can fit my hands around, we're going to take out. Open up a little bit more down here. And we will go down to the cabin here in a little bit, because I obtained keys to that, and we'll take a nice little tour of that as well. Brought my lovely wife, who's going to help film, sit on the porch, drink some water.
I don't know.
Read, shop.
Maybe.
So we brought the tractor down here, I don't know, last weekend maybe. And I was kind of sad. It's the first time that it has sat outside of the barn overnight, I think. I think what's happened is, with the land taking back over the grass area, is limbs have fallen, trees have fallen, and instead of picking them up, the people that was renting the cabin just kind of mowed around them. So the first thing we got to do, get the grapple on, go around the edges and pick all that up, make sure there's nothing in there that's going to catch the bush hog. Actually, I got something else to do first. Got to put that bucket on, do some dirt work down in front of the cabin. Okay, now that the dirt work is done, we're going to put the grapple on, go around the edges, see what we can grab, pick up. We're going to store it over here. Most of it they're going to try to use for firewood, I think, and just let it die off in a pile. And then we'll get to bush hogging. I don't even know if we'll get to that today or if we're going to have to come back and do that. Gonna have to do some chopping, which I didn't bring the saw, so another day. Okay, so I am going to, I'm just going to cut into it in some spots, see what happens, see what I can pull out with the grapple and the chop up, and go from there.
Are you going to attach your camera to this?
Not yet.
Well, I'm not getting too close.
Well, for some reason my PTO is not engaging. I don't know what's wrong with it, so I'm going to go up and take that back off and see if I can figure out what's going on. figured out exactly what happened. So inside the cabin here, you got this little auto or manual switch, and at some point either my knee or the kids or somebody hit it, flipped it up, and it was on auto and wasn't engaging. Okay, now here we go. Take the grapple and I'm going to throw it up here, try to push some of this stuff back, like right down over the hill a little bit. That's about all we can go, because right here starts a pretty steep descent down that hill right there. All right, don't know how much of that was caught on camera because this is my regular rant about GoPros shutting off because it's too hot. It had recorded 5 minutes worth of video, was too hot to shut off. So I got most of that bush cut out of there just by picking it up with the tractor. I'll cut the rest out with a saw. Still got some cleanup to do in here, get some of this stuff out. There's a couple of big vines in there I want to pull. But we were able to gain all of this space back. There's one of those big old vines running all the way up that tree. Some of this stuff is loose stuff. I just pushed it. It'll settle down. It's mostly just leaves and debris that was left in here. Nothing big. It's one little section right here. There's a couple of big trees I need to cut out of there and some stuff I need to grab and move. Then I'll be able to cut back that way further. It's probably going to be a lot like this side over here. And then I was able to get this cut back. And there is a road, not a road, but a logging trail that goes all the way down through there. I'd love to be able to get down in there one day. But got some of this done. You can see, probably not real good on camera, but that dives off pretty steep right there. And goes way down into that ravine. See, there's some big logs. Been here a long time. Big rotten log there. Some stuff there I can get out. I can't get down there too far, just because of the angle of the ground. It kind of dives off down in there. There's another big tree I'll be able to pull out. All of these things right here. And I just think this is stuff that's come down and just been pushed out of the way. But we should be able to get into most of this, because this was the backyard, and the backyard went way back in there to the left of that tree right there, and all in through here. This is all just small stuff. I can probably get most of that just with the bush hog. Start gaining some of this back. Came down here beside the cabin. Got the big propane tank there, which looks like it's leaning. Might be able to do something about that. Did a little bit of work in here just to open this back up a little bit. There used to be a old shed or something right here. Always scared the bejeebies out of me. Eventually I'll do a little bit of cleanup work right here along this edge as well. Flatten some of this out. There's a big dirt mound right there. I'd like to get that taken care of. Smoothed out some. There's a big mound right here. Probably get that taken out some. It makes it super sketchy down through here. There's a mound there and a low spot there, so you kind of go down the trail on an angle. Take a couple of these out maybe, and I can come down this way probably better. Got some old metal from a building that used to be here. And then got all of this, which used to be a big chicken coop. I used to hang out in here when I was a kid, and it scared the bejeebies out of me too, but everybody else did it, so I had to do it. But we have somebody that's going to come in and take all of this and haul it all off for us, so that'll all be gone. And straight down through there is a trail all the way to the creek. We can probably take out a few of these small ones here and open a little bit of this up once that is all gone. Here's a big hunk of concrete. Oh well, there's some wiring right down in here. Looks like it used to be some fencing. Some more stuff right over there. But this is a really deep ravine way down into there, going up to the property where we were. The side of the property where we were bush hogging a little bit ago. That's why I can't go too far, because it falls off pretty drastically. Let's do some little cleanup in here. Probably, I don't know if I'll probably won't bush hog it, but we can trim all this stuff down, let it fall over. Get us a little bit better view down into the ravine. We still have lots and lots of work to do, but it's not all something you're going to get done in one day. That's why we brought the tractor down here and left it, so we can run down here, spend a couple hours doing a little bit of cleanup work, then head back to the city. Here's where I smoothed out some of that dirt from where there was a water leak. And I didn't know it until last week before, but this cabin and my aunt and uncle's old property and my boyhood home all have city water, but they are all on wells. And that is astonishing to me because we are way out in the country, way out here in the boonies in this little bitty small town, and they have city water. And we still have a well and septic. I don't understand it. But there's a water leak there. They had it repaired, so we smoothed all that out. I think about had it for the day. I think my wife's about had it for the day too. So, dinner. Do a quick tour of the cabin. Okay. We've shown this on a video before, just the outside of it, but now we have access to the inside. And they've been doing a lot of work in here. It was in pretty bad shape from the previous renter. So my aunt and uncle have been spending a lot of time down here getting everything cleaned up, but we'll give you a quick tour, quick look at the outside. So this is kind of cool. This is where my grandma's original porch swing always sat, right here on the corner. And we would sit here and swing and look all the way up the driveway. But all these boards were cut in my great uncle's sawmill. All the logs still have the bark on them. They came out of all of these woods all around here. They cut them all down. Really cool cabin. The chinking's been redone a couple of times on the outside, but you can see where they hand hewed those with an axe to stack this. Really cool. Here's the living room. It is still the same logs on the inside. There's never been any type of insulation in here. And then here's the other side. It's not really big. I mean, the ceiling is right there. It's probably 7-foot ceilings, maybe, if that. You can see even how crooked that window is. Probably settled over time into the, I guess, dining room. Big window there. You can see how some of this was put together way back in the day. There's other boards and nails and chunks of wood and everything else in there, and it was just covered by concrete. Has been updated with furnace and AC. Used to be an old wood stove here that my grandma would cook on and heat with. This is a little kitchen. Gotta be careful going into the bathroom. They started to work on the floors, and when they took it up, they found that, which is where the water heater is. So there's big holes underneath here. That's all being fixed, but the bathroom was an addition later on. Go up these rickety steps.
Ghosts up there. Woo. Watch out, honey, I'll get you.
Ooh, it's hot up here. This is where I usually stayed when I was a kid. There's a bed here, and there was a bed here. Until recently, I never knew what was really in here, because when I stayed here when I was a kid, I'm 100% positive that was haunted. Scared me to death.
Or maybe you was just a little scared of werewolves.
Everything here scared me when I was a kid. The cabin scared me, the ghost scared me, Grandma scared me, werewolves scared me. I was sure when I'd leave here and walk up to the house, once I got out of the light from the pole down here, there's a certain spot where I always heard something and I always took off running to the house. The werewolf. They're out there.
Not a lichen.
No, not a lichen. It was a werewolf.
Werewolf.
And you can see this used to be the real exterior wall of the house, where they cut it in to put the door in to put the bathroom addition on it. See all the splitting in the wood. Then out back. Oh look, don't live in the country unless you got a toilet on your porch. Got the back porch. There used to be an outhouse right there. That's what they had when they first moved in. As you walk out to the back, as soon as you get back by where that, right there's where the outhouse was,
big spider web.
It just immediately drops off. You can, I mean, it goes straight down, way down there. We have had a couple of roofs put on it before, we being my uncle. So this is really more of a trip down memory lane for me than anything else. Just where I grew up, the only thing I knew for many years was being down here, but probably gonna finish it up for today. Wife wants dinner, what the wife wants, the wife gets. We're gonna go park the tractor, lock it back up, head back up to the city. If you've made it this far in the video, we appreciate you watching. There will be more videos coming about the cabin, some more of the renovations, some more of the work around the land, clearing the driveway. There's lots and lots of stuff to do down here so we can have our family functions down here. So hopefully you join us for that, and hopefully we see you on the next one.